Then he gave to Thor the hammer, and said that he might strike with it as hard as he pleased. No matter what was before him, the hammer would take no scathe, and wherever he might throw it, he would never lose it. It would never fly so far that it did not return to his hand. And, if he desired, it would become so small that he might conceal it in his bosom. But it had one fault, which was that the handle was rather short. Hey everyone, Yoyston here, and I hope you all are doing well, wherever you are in Midgard. Just like I have done for many years for Tolkien's works of Middle-earth, Lord of the Rings, The Silmarillion, The Hobbit, and so forth, over on our main channel, Men of the West, I decided to create this channel, Masters of Mythology, to explore other great works of mythology and fantasy, many of which actually inspired Tolkien to create his great world. Today we are looking at the creation of Mjolnir by the dwarves Sindri and Brock for the god of thunder, Thor, in Norse mythology. My friends, let's begin our tale. Loki, the god of trickery and pranks, apparently, once cut off all the hair of Sif, the wife of Thor. Now, in Norse mythology, Loki was not the brother of Thor, but rather like an adopted uncle or blood brother, a companion of the god of thunder. Yet, as seen time and again in mythology, Loki often pulls these pranks on Thor and the other gods, because that was just his nature. However, it was also in Thor's nature to react violently. Now, according to the Prus Edda, Thor, upon seeing that Loki had cut off all of the beautiful golden hair of his wife, seized him and would have broken every bone in his body, but Loki's wit returned, and he said that he would seek the aid of the elves, particularly the black elves, also called dwarves, to make a gift for Sif that would grow like other hair, a wig, more or less. Loki even made an oath to Thor to do this, wit against his strength. So, Loki went forth, finding a group of dwarves called the Sons of Ivaldi. They made 3 treasures for the gods, hair of gold for Sif, Gungnir, the spear that would go to Odin, the chief Norse god, and Skidbladnir, a foldable ship that could sail across air and water for Frey, the god of wealth, fertility, and good weather. The dwarves made these gifts for the gods, and in his mischievous mind, Loki had another idea. The god of trickery found the dwarven brothers, other craftsmen called Brock and Eitri or Sindri. He scoffed at their abilities, and bet the dwarves that they could not make 3 perfect magical treasures to match these first 3, the gifts created by the other craftsmen. Loki wagered his own head for this, and so Brock and Sindri got to work. First, Sindri or Eitri laid a pigskin in the furnace, requesting Brock to blow the bellows. He set to enchant it, asking Brock to not stop until the skin was ready to be pulled out of the furnace. As he worked, a fly, and some believe this fly to actually potentially be Loki himself, came and stung Brock's hand while he worked, but the dwarf worked on. From this skin in the flame came the golden boar of Frey. Second, Sindri laid gold in the furnace, and asked Brock to blow upon the furnace with the bellows and not stop until he came back. Sindri went forth, and once again that fly came and stung Brock's neck, but he did not stop. That became the golden ring Dropnir, which could, every 9 nights, create 8 more golden rings. Third, Sindri placed iron in the furnace, saying that if Brock stopped using the bellows on the fire, nearly all would be ruined here with the last creation, and it almost was. The fly returned, and going between his eyes, it stung Brock's eyelids, and blood ran down his face. The dwarf stopped for a moment to drive the fly away, and then returned to the bellows. Sindri returned to finish the creation and pulled the hammer from the furnace, and indeed, that one moment almost ruined it all. The hammer's handle would always be small because of this, smaller than it was originally meant to be. Yet this creation was still mighty beyond measure. Loki, with his gifts from the Sons of Ivaldi, and Brock, from the treasures he and his brother made, went back to Asgard, and Thor, Odin, and Frey would be the judges of these gifts. Loki presented the first set, bragging about the mighty magic of these gifts from the first craftsman. But Brock revealed his and his brother's creations, giving Odin the ring and Frey the boar, playing upon the amazing qualities of each. Finally, he gave Thor the hammer that wasn't exactly what it was originally meant to be, stating its many qualities, as from the quote at the beginning of this video. It would always return to his hand, would never be scathed. He could hit things as hard as he wished with it, and It was small enough to be hidden on Thor's person if needed. The quote from the text even makes me believe that perhaps Thor might even be able to change its size if needed. I'm not exactly sure about this, but that's what it seems to me. The irony of this tale is that the gods deemed Brock had won the wager, for Mjolnir alone had the power to defend the gods from the frost giants of whom they were afraid. Because of Mjolnir, he won. It is funny that the item which had the greatest mistake incurred upon it was the most valuable treasure in the end. And so the fly's disruptions almost won Loki his wager, but made him lose it instead. Loki ran from the dwarf, who came for his prize, Loki's head. Thor caught the god of trickery and brought him back. Loki then stated that while his head belonged to Brock, his neck did not. Therefore, Brock actually went on in this tale to sew Loki's lips shut and give everyone some peace from the god of trickery. So, my friends, we come to the end of our tale on the creation of Mjolnir. From this story, we see the irony that sometimes our greatest mistakes may be turned into our greatest achievements. Never give up. Thank you all so much for watching. More than anything, this video is an experiment to see if you all are interested in more videos from me on mythology, something I also have a great interest in. I originally never thought I would make another YouTube channel on anything besides Tolkien's works, but honestly, mythology's always captured my interest as well, and much of it inspired Tolkien's works. So if you all liked this, please share it. Let me know in the comments below what else you would like to see. I'd like to make a few more of these videos and continue to test the waters, so yeah, please help me out. Give this video a like, share this with a friend, and yeah, let me know what else you would like to see. My friends, thank you all so much for joining me on this adventure. Until the next one.